now. And the reality, when you look at it, it's not even voting for my father. Look at the team that's now surrounding him.
Tap into the award-winning and nationally recognized 1017 The Truth by downloading the Truth app and streaming us live at 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
Truth Nation, stand up and tap in. This is 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
It's time! It's time! It's beta time!
You are watching a master at work.
Truth Nation, get ready for the greatest 60 minutes in radio, giving you his authentic and bold opinions, bringing you all the information, entertainment, and conversations you gotta hear. From local issues to trending topics and headline news, it is time for Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube. Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is your award-winning host, Kyle Wallace.
I am your cousin sub of the day. I am a club sub, and I'm sponsored by Cousin Sub. Welcome to Truths of Power with Kyle Wallace. Of course, I am the legendary Home Blow, as Kyle Wallace is on assignment on this afternoon. I think that he's trying to get his early Memorial Day weekend celebration on personally, but it is an assignment, so we're going to let him handle his assignment. And, of course, remember the True Talk text line in order to call in and join in this dialogue is 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017. And, of course, join us and watch us live on YouTube and X at The Truth 101.7. And, of course, you can just comment, and I'll make sure I got to say great afternoon to JD the Poet. Love you. Appreciate you. Curly Q, great afternoon. Love you. Appreciate you. Thank you for joining in and being a part of the conversation. So today, just to kind of it is Memorial Day weekend, so I hope everybody has a safe and a happy Memorial Day weekend. And remember, besides just doing cookouts and enjoying that you're going to be off on Monday, please let's remember those that we have lost, because it is a Memorial Day weekend. And I think people be talking about, oh, man, the club going up. They ain't got no pictures of nobody talking about the people we lost, but yet they want to complain if the Grammys or any of the award shows, BET award show, doesn't do a tribute and they left somebody out. Why ain't even put that, man? They ain't even put this person. They ain't put that person. Be like, yeah, how about all you do is find out who cooking out and who gonna have dinner, where we going. I'm just saying, we have to, truly remember, and those of us, that have family and friends that may have been lost at the armed services level. You feel what I'm saying? Again, go visit. Don't go visit a tree and put liquor bottles and pour out liquor and cellophane wrap pictures of a person that may have lost their life at that tree or in that area. Go to the cemetery. Go spend time with the urn that you may have on your mantle or wherever you may have that urn at home or wherever it is. But, just give them some time too, instead of just wondering where that barbecue at, where that barbecue at. 3 plates down. I'm just saying, let's remember what it is and what we need to pay attention to, because oftentimes when these celebrations come up, I think a lot of people lose focus on what it really is and what it's really about. So let's keep that in there. Lana Banana, great afternoon. I love you. I appreciate you. And again, when you go to the YouTube page or the X page, make sure you like and subscribe. So that way, we can just keep on growing. It's all about growth. We shouldn't want to stay in the same place. On this afternoon for Truth to Power, of course, I want to talk about a couple of things that have been in the news recently. All right. We know about the tragic apartment building fire on 27th and Highland here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and how many people were displaced, the fact that 5 people actually lost their lives, and there's still several other people who were injured from the fire that are in the hospital or needed medical attention. And of course, a lot of people lost everything. And then you got some of those displaced people that are saying, look, we want to get Black inside of our homes. We want to be able to go into our apartments. So with that, they're asking like city leaders, like, what are y'all going to do for us? What are y'all going to do for us? And it brings up an interesting topic, in my opinion. And then also adding to that, that can also be included in this topic is 414 Life, one of the organizations that are violence interrupters. They also went before a committee, and they were talking about the funding and talking about the fact that for every homicide in the city of Milwaukee, it costs like $2.1 million for every homicide. Not a few homicides, every homicide, every. So now when they're talking about their budget, I guess they have an annual budget of $2 million. And again, they are violence interrupters. That is the name of what they officially do. And that's to try to bring down the number of violent situations, to go and be proactive about it instead of waiting to be reactive about it. So when we think about these things and we think about like where the funding comes from, so do you think that like the people that are displaced that are saying like, hey, they need to go Black, they Red Cross is doing what they can do, but now we ready to go and try to move forward with their life. And they're saying that, what is the city going to do? So do you think that it's the city's responsibility, in your opinion, to help them move on with their life and try to find new housing, a new apartment for those who the whole apartment was a total loss? Do you think the city, so when fire happens, whether it's natural situation from electrical or something like that, or if there was arson, how much responsibility do you put on the city of Milwaukee as it relates to helping those victims? How much, do you think that the city of Milwaukee should be responsible for? And it's the same with the actual cost of the homicides and even the shootings. And life after, those victims have been shot and their life has changed. They've lost all of this money, and sometimes they lose their places. How much of that should be put on the city of Milwaukee, and we would have to pay for it. Because you got to remember, anything that the city of Milwaukee does, we're paying for it. That is not something that they're going to just, we got this, that the money that they're going to get. So it will mean that some of the things that you already complain about, and I mean, I'm one of them as well, you're going to probably have to pay higher taxes for them to facilitate these things. Are we really ready to foot those type of bills, and what would that look like? And so to that, again, how much responsibility do you feel that the city of Milwaukee should step in and provide for those who may have lost their home or their apartment due to fires, and of course, and them being displaced? Should we pay for it as the city of Milwaukee to make sure that we get them into new homes or new apartments? And also with the violence that's going on and the shootings and the homicides, and finding out the cost of each homicide, how far should the city of Milwaukee go in helping to pay and help those who survived being shot and now they're not working? Some of them may have lost their home because they couldn't work. So how much do you think the city of Milwaukee, how far should they go? And are you willing to pay more taxes to make that happen? Because that's the only way I see it's going to be able to happen. I don't see it being able to happen any other way. But maybe you know something that I don't know. So, excuse me. I definitely want to talk about it. I had to do my DJ Cool, let me clear my throat, and instead of hitting my silence button, y'all just had to participate with it. So that's a lot of the discussion that I want to talk about, how far and how much of that should be put on the city of Milwaukee. Like, should they be the ones to pay for if anybody loses their home in a house fire or apartment fire? Like, what is it? Where does the responsibility lie? Because again, you got people that sometimes lose everything. Do you feel that the city of Milwaukee should be responsible? Because that's what some of the people are saying, and it's in an article that they're talking about. The city needs to help us. The city needs to do something. We need to be able to get into homes. We need to find people that accept evictions and all of that type of stuff. So what is the role, and how do we fit into that grand scheme? Because if you are a resident of the city of Milwaukee, you don't have to pay for it. It is what it is. We'll be black. Got to get ready to take care of some bills again. This is Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace. I am your cousin sub of the day. The number to call in and join the conversation is 833-212-1017. And you can stream us live on YouTube and X at 1017 The Truth. We'll have more conversation on the other side with Truth to Power with your cousin sub of the day. I'm a club sub sponsored by Cousin Sub, the legendary Home Blow.
More of Truth to Power is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, Gruber Law Offices and The Truth have raised the stakes for this year. The One Call That's All Gruber Cash Giveaway is now a $5K giveaway. Yes, you heard it right. $5,000 giveaway. Every weekday on 1017 The Truth, you will have the chance to be entered to win the $5K giveaway. Listen to The Truth for the One Call That's All cue to call for your chance to win $5,000. Gruber Law Offices, One Call That's All. Visit 1017thetruth.com for official contest rules.
This is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth for Axe Housing. Are you tired of paying a landlord rent when you should be paying yourself? Do you want to leave a financial legacy, or would you like to have a stable place to call home? Well, it's time for you to start on the path to owning your own home instead of renting. You can work with an Axe Housing coach, and they will teach you how home ownership can be a reality. Axe Housing has helped over 4,000 families in our neighborhoods. Many times your mortgage will be a lot less than what you're paying for rent. As an average Axe family who has been helped pays around $900 per month. No matter what barriers you think you're facing, Axe Housing coaches can assist you right now. An Axe Housing coach will help you create and stick to a plan and a budget and get you ready for home ownership. If you're not dreaming of home ownership by now, you certainly should be. Let's make it a reality with Axe Housing. Get started on a virtual orientation by clicking on axhousing.org. That is ACTS housing.org. Don't let where you are financially right now get in the way of your very bright future of becoming a homeowner. Axe coaches are here to help.
Need to look your best for a special occasion? You need
the $100 hookup.
This incredible deal includes a marvelous suit, shirt, and tie, all for $100. Only at Nick Cavani's, home of the
$100 hookup.
And that isn't limited to some standard stock suit. You'll be pleased by the top quality and variety of fashion offered at Nick Cavani's. No matter the occasion, maybe you're just ready for a fresh, new stylish look. Get hooked up today at Nick Cavani's in Mayfair Mall and at nickcavani's.com.
Hey, Truth Nation, it's your girl Noni Juice for my friends at Steinhafels. And guess what? Steinhafels Memorial Day sale has been extended. It's your last chance to save 10% off store-wide, plus get amazing deals like sofas for $4.99, dining tables at $5.49, and queen beds at just $6.99. Plus, take advantage of Steinhafels' 18-month 0% financing to make your purchase even more affordable. Steinhafels is Wisconsin's furniture and mattress leader. Shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com. Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Truth to Power on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
This is Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace. I am your cousin sub of the day, the legendary Home Blow. I'm a club sub, sponsored by Cousin Subs. We are live in the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee. And, of course, the lines are open. We're trying to find out what are your thoughts. I want to know, what are your thoughts as it relates to some of the people who have been displaced in the apartment fire that took 5 lives and injured a lot of more people. And a lot of those people are now not able to go into the building. And a lot of people are saying, hey, the city of Milwaukee needs to help us. So what are y'all going to do to help us? And do you believe that it is the city of Milwaukee's responsibility when there's a house fire or an apartment fire to make sure that these people end up getting placed in new homes or new apartments, and what does that look like? And the same thing when it comes to the funding for organizations that may be out here trying to interrupt violence interrupters and credible messengers and all of that. The funding as it relates for them, as opposed to the cost of a homicide. A homicide is $2.1 million. That's what they say for each homicide. The budget, as they were talking in front of the license committee, as it related to that, is $2 million for 414 Life. And, I mean, they are there to try to help prevent some of these homicides. So will we be better to make sure that the city continues to get funded for the violence interrupters? But we do have a call. We got Mo. Talking about, of course, paying for the fire aftermath. You are on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Great afternoon. I love you. I appreciate you. What's your thoughts and comments?
All right. Hey, how's it going?
I'm blessed.
All right, cool. Like, all right. Full disclaimer, I just left the dentist. I got a couple of Novocaine shots, so my speech sounds a little different. I apologize for that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not from Milwaukee. I actually grew up in Boston, and I moved to Texas, and now I do construction, and I travel to all different states and cities. Now, here's my thing, right? Obviously, the state should pay for it, right? Like, we all work different places. We all pay federal tax, right? So when the government's taking my money, I should have a certain amount of security with that, right? In case something happens, like you got FEMA, something happens, that's what your tax dollars are for.
Mm-hmm.
You go to different states and different cities, they got different tax rates, Like in Texas, we don't have any tax,
Okay.
So we got more money in our pockets, so maybe, your insurance or whatnot, that, may be different, whatever. I'm not an expert. But, if you're sitting here in the city and you're paying all these taxes, you're in Minnesota. It's probably a Democrat state, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I imagine, you got federal taxes, you probably got state taxes, you might even have local taxes, right?
Correct.
All right, so now this is a big building, it's a government building, there's got to be some kind of insurance on that. But even if you're working and they're taking your tax money and then something bad happens, shouldn't the state have to pay for that, especially if you got to pay more money to the state? Shouldn't you have some kind of security? That shouldn't even be a question about who's going to pay for it, you know what I mean? That should be something that's budgeted for your taxes.
Okay. When you think about it, and of course, with me being born and raised here in Milwaukee, the fact that we are losing a lot of services because a lot of people don't want to see their taxes go up. So the taxes that are divvied out for the different things that we have, there's some people making some real tough decisions on how they're going to maneuver this situation. So it's like sometimes we may lose sanitation workers. Sometimes we may lose and have to privatize snowplow, removal and snow removal and things like that. And just like with the assessments that came out and the deadline was Monday, the 19th, to try to dispute it, that the wheel tax and all of these different taxes that are already applied to try to go to this and go to that, that would be actually, and like I say, we've lost a lot of services because the money just isn't there. So now if we do add these things, again, it's going to, and that comes from a lot of us that don't want to see our taxes go up. So it's like, if you want that service, okay, yeah, but guess what? It's going to tax you more because we're going to have a lot more money in the coffer to make that work. So that's something that you really have to think about.
Well, all right, I'll tell you my thoughts on that. Also, based on experience, based on somebody that's lived in Democratic states, somebody that's lived in Republican states. For some reason, Democrats are terrible at handling money. They always take more, and they're always broke. And now you have a situation like this, and instead of being like, oh, you got to take more money, or we can't do this and we can't do that, you got to really question your leadership and say, where is all the money going?
Okay, all right. But since you're taking it into a different forum, we can get into the semantics of that. But if you're going to say that, just think about all of the things that have been done just under the first 100 days of the Orange Man being in office. How many people, Republican or not, lost jobs, lost funding? People you come to work and it's a sign saying you're no longer there. So if we're going there, that's not going to be a fight, in my opinion, that you'll be able to win with me, because I see what's going on and how many people and families are hurting. So, but I thank you for your comment and I thank you for your call. But yeah, to try to use that, because they doing way more damage. They doing way more damage right now. We're going through a lot of hell right now if we're going by the philosophy that that you're talking about, in my opinion. Lucretia Mason on the YouTube page, great afternoon, love you, appreciate you. Reginald Jones, great afternoon, love you, appreciate you. Dr. Clarissa Lawrence, great afternoon, love you, appreciate you. Not really a city girl, great afternoon, love you, appreciate you. We're going to go black to the lines before I have to go to my next break. The caller from Milwaukee, welcome to True Nation. What's going on with you? I love you and I appreciate you.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and good old historic Milwaukee, Washington, where we live in a state that is not Democratic or Republican, because we have a Republican state legislature that I would hope you are still listening, that received $4.6 billion in surplus funds this last fiscal year, that most of which was generated in the city of Milwaukee. And cities like Milwaukee are the hubs and the engines of all the states like Texas. Dallas is, Houston is. Texas is nothing with cities like that. And Mo sounds like one of those guys who probably lives in a rural area that receives that funding, just like these small areas in Wisconsin. So if we had our fair share of that $4.6 billion that Mo, who doesn't pay state taxes, would never understand, that is being upheld by Republicans. Also, when it comes to handling money, 10 of the last recessions, and Mo can research this, and I hope he'll be willing to call back and admit that he was wrong, have been created by Republicans. The only time that we did not that we had a great economy was when Bill Clinton was president of the United States. So when it comes to handling money, the Republicans are the worst. I wonder if Mo remembers when George Bush left office after the housing crisis, that we were in a depression. So Mo just sat on here and lied, and unless he's a liar, I hope he's just making a mistake because he doesn't understand state politics, being that he lives in a state that does not contribute state taxes to support the rest of the state. Houston, they live off of Houston, Dallas, and San Antonio, just like the rest of Wisconsin is living off of Milwaukee. And like all of those red states are the most dependent on federal funds, but always talking about small government, except when the orange man wants to buy a $400 billion plane that he lied and says is a gift.
Right.
So with hundreds of thousands of people having to go to federal court, where the federal judges are now standing up to Donald Trump and saying, you can't fire these people because we need them, like people who handle our nuclear weapons who were fired, many of whom don't want to come back because of this current Nazi and apartheid regime that likes to let South Africans come here lying about a genocide. When 19,000 people have been murdered, 7 of them happen to be farmers, and actually they are usually black people who work on the farms. So there are not a lot of white people dying, and most white people in South Africa are living so well they do not want to come to America. Those were poor white trash who don't own any land, those 59 people, and he's going to do like they always do. He's going to give them land, that same land that, people like Mo probably complained about. The caller,
you are giving a lot of great information, and you're giving some hashtag facts. But I got to get ready to take care of these bills. I am the cousin sub of the day. I'm a club sub, filling in, holding it down for Kyle Wallace. Welcome to Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace. The number to call in, 833-212-1017. Stream us live on YouTube and X at 1017 The Truth. I've got to take care of some bills, and we'll be black.
Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Need to look sharp for graduation? You need
the $100 hookup.
Want to get decked out for prom? Get the
$100 hookup.
An incredible deal that includes a marvelous suit, shirt, tie, shoes, all for $100. Only at Nick Avani's, home of the
$100 hookup.
And that isn't limited to some standard stock suit. You'll be pleased by the top quality and variety of fashion offered at Nick Avani's. Get hooked up today at Nick Avani's in Mayfair Mall and at nickavanis.com.
across Wisconsin, destination marketing organizations are working to ensure that tourism in our state and your local community is stronger than ever. Their work to drive visitation and enhance the visitor experience not only encourages travelers to discover our great state, it bolsters the economy, supports jobs, and it improves the quality of life for all Wisconsin residents. To learn more about what these great organizations are doing, visit destinationswisconsin.com. Sponsored by Destinations Wisconsin.
It's 1017 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. There's no better time to upgrade your windows and doors than right now, because you can get up to 6 years of 0% financing at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Yes, no interest for up to 72 months, and the full Pella experience is always included. That means the Pella team is with you from start to finish. They don't disappear after the work is done. Set up your free in-home consultation. You commit to nothing at this point. A Pella design expert will listen to your vision and then present the different colors, sizes, and customizations needed to make that vision a reality. It can feel overwhelming to consider what feels like limitless possibilities, but Pella's design team can help narrow those options down for you to create that dream upgrade. Hurry! Get 0% financing for up to 6 years. Certain restrictions apply, and the deal ends May 31st, 2025. So visit PellaWI.com today.
At Great Impressions Graphics and Printing, they've been proudly serving the community for over 26 years. From their location at the corner of 54th and Burleigh in Milwaukee, their dedication to quality and customer satisfaction has made them a trusted name in printing and design. Great Impressions offer a wide range of services, including banners, posters, yard signs, business cards, programs, and postcards. Plus, they specialize in custom apparel printing, perfect for family reunions, sports outings, business promotions, and more. For your next project, visit greatimpress.com. That's greatimpress.com. Great Impressions. They're here when you need them.
Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Sneid. Milwaukee Brewers began a 4-game series out in Pittsburgh on Thursday night, and despite the rain delay, they squeezed out the win 8-5 over the Pirates.
Matson's 1-1 is a fly ball right field deep. Back at the track, bye-bye baseball. A 2-homer day for number 22, and the Brewers lead it 5-2.
With the win, the Brewers improving to 25-26 on their season. Game 2 is set for this evening. First pitch set for 5:40. Over to the NBA, where the Oklahoma City Thunder take a 2-0 lead over the Timberwolves in the Western Conference Finals. They knock off Minnesota 118-103. Game 3 is scheduled for Saturday, and Game 2 between the Knicks and the Pacers is set for this evening. Pacers holding that 1-0 series lead over the Knicks. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
It is Truth to Power on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Woo. Y'all ain't know why, right?
Love that on that beat.
Let's go.
No masterpiece. 10 bad babs and they after me. One bad bag look like a masterpiece. Looking for a dunk like an athlete. Big drip, what you call it? Big drip. Ice chain, peeled water. Ice. You got the cab, but can't afford them. Cash. You got the bad, but can't afford them. Give me the beat, I ride it.
This is Truth to Power. Kyle Wallace, I am your cousin sub of the day. I'm a club sub, sponsored by Cousin Sub, the legendary Home Blow. We're inside the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee. And, of course, Kyle is on assignment. I call it Memorial Day weekend fun. But, you know, it's assignment. You know, sometimes you have to take care of your assignment, you know, even if your assignment might be, you know, who knows, Vegas. I don't know. Just whatever you're going to do, enjoy yourself. And remember to remember your loved ones. that are no longer here. On the YouTube page, got to say great afternoon. I love you. I appreciate you. To Extreme Picks. Also, Kawanda Dukes. Great afternoon. Love you. Appreciate you. The Truth Talk text line, 833-212-1017. 833-212-1017. We're talking about this afternoon the fact that there are some people that have been displaced from the tragic apartment fire that happened on 27th and Highland, where 5 people lost their lives. Several other people were hospitalized. Some still may be hospitalized. And the people that have been helped by the Red Cross, and they're now wanting to be at home again. And even if not in that building, and they're asking city leaders, well, what are y'all going to do? What are y'all going to do to help us? What are you going to do? Do you feel that it is the city's responsibility to help individuals who may have lost their apartments or their homes due to a fire? And if so, to what extent? To what extent should they go? And you have to remember, when we're talking about the city of Milwaukee, that we're paying for it. You know what I'm saying? And so, you can't talk about the fact that elected officials work for us. And the reason we can say they work for us is because we pay them. The reason that you can say the police work for us is because we pay them. So you have to understand that, are we really ready to take on that a higher tax because you feel that they should take care of these people that may become displaced from a fire? And will there be any differences in it? Well, if y'all started the fire, your son, your daughter, or if it was arson, so that's a big question, and it's a reality check for a lot of people. Like, do we expect the city of Milwaukee to be the ones to pay to make sure that these people's lives can move forward in a new home and or a new apartment? So what does that look like? And are you prepared to pay more taxes to make that happen? Because if that is something that happens, we're going to pay for it. So I just need to know. And again, the number to call in, 833-212-1017. Venus Jones, great afternoon. I love you. I appreciate you. E. Gibson, great afternoon. I love you. I appreciate you. Said, no, they should have insurance just like homeowners. No excuses. S.E., great afternoon. Love you. Appreciate you. And that's, that's kind of like one of my things is like insurance. And I think that, in my opinion, and I understand that, the tragedy that can be people who have had to live through those type of things, but it is what insurance is for. And I would absolutely go after the landlord. You feel what I'm saying? Or the property owner, really. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Who is the property owner? I think that's who these people should be really going after and saying, what are you, the property owner, going to do to make sure that we're able to relocate? We're able to try to start putting our lives back together. Or do you believe that it should be on the city of Milwaukee? And I just said that we are right now, I am in the American Family Insurance studio. You know what I'm saying? Insurance is important, and I talk about that all the time, just like burial insurance and all of these people that end up putting up GoFundMes when they end up losing a loved one. And it's like, so now it's a lot of people that feel some kind of way about that. Be like, why? Why I got to help you bury Man? Man was out here being a menace to Milwaukee. And now I got to help you pay to bury him or her? No, that's not how this is going to work. That's not how any of this works. And so, I mean, that's a reality check. And for when some people say that, okay, well, I can't afford insurance, but you having some damn seafood boils. You know how much lobster tails cost and crab legs? I mean, sure, the potatoes and the corn might not be as expensive. You know, shrimp. I mean, you get what I'm saying? And now, for those of you who use eggs, you know how much eggs cost? I'm just saying. I may bring it in a humorous sense, but it's a reality check. It is a reality check. And what about if the apartment building or the home, again, was burnt down by your firebug uncle or auntie that lives with you, and they set the fire? So now do you expect the landlord to say, okay, I'm going to pay for y'all a new house or a new place to stay? So there's so many different variables, and that's why I want to know, what do you think about the city? Do you think the city should be responsible, or should they be going after the homeowners or the landlords of these properties, or corporations or entities that may own these buildings? Is that who they should be going to seek help and to help them rebuild? You feel what I'm saying? So I don't think that I would feel comfortable paying more taxes for the city of Milwaukee being held responsible in a sense, because that's what it seems like. It seems like we're holding the city of Milwaukee responsible for the tragedies and the traumas that come from these situations. And I'm just saying, maybe I'm the bad guy. I don't know. Hashtag MKE, great afternoon. I love you. I appreciate you. Says, sadly, consider this on a granular level. How many of us pay taxes on taxes plus supplement the societal safety net? That part. Curly Q said, if it's a city-owned building, that'd be one thing, but the city would be bankrupt if they aided every person to relocate after a tragedy. Where's the bell sound? I'm just saying, like, ding! You don't have to be a rocket scientist to kind of understand that. Hashtag MKE said, those tenants can sue the owner just the same as an insurance company can do. Bam! And I don't know if it's the people who brought this up in a story that was on news sites, as well as they actually are trying to get the city to, come to the table and say, hey, how you going to help us? But yeah, I think that they're coming after the wrong people, Reginald Jones, let's see, Abstract Nora, great afternoon, love you, appreciate you, said, I don't think the property owner should have to help relocate tenants, especially if the cause was by a tenant. Hashtag MKE says, sadly, it depends upon provisions in rental agreement, and it seems they are covered with the archaic legislation that indemnifies the building of sprinklers. Hashtag that part, hashtag facts. Curly Q said, although maybe the city is at fault with the grandfather clause that overlooked the sprinkler upgrade, but is that a state or a city? Sincere Ronnie Ray Real, great afternoon, love you, appreciate you. You had to get a fresh cut. Okay. There you go. It's all good. So again, the number to call in, 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017. We're getting ready to pay some bills. You already know how it goes. Okay. All right. Okay. So I got time to take a call. Okay. I'll take Lana Banana. Lana Banana, great afternoon. I love you. I appreciate you. What's your thoughts and opinions on this topic?
I love and I appreciate you too, Sugar Homer Blow. How you doing?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
Good. This might be, I don't know, crazy, but whatever, I'm not perfect. How about if everybody...
Hang on, Lana. Lana Banana. Don't say it's crazy, because everybody has their own opinions. So it's your opinion. So some people will agree and some people may disagree. So you don't have to say it's crazy. Just say it's your opinion. That's all. And you good.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Okay. How about if everybody just pay the same taxes across the board instead of all these tax breaks and poor getting poor and the rich getting richer? Let everybody just pay the same taxes across the board. The richer, they'll still be rich, and the poor, whatever, they'll be having more money, so they'll be able to have a better house. and they will have insurance to afford it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of us always paying taxes to go for the programs that are closing down because they don't have the funds. Okay, let it be fair. That's my opinion.
Thank you very much, Lana Banana. I love you and appreciate you. Have a great day and happy Memorial Day weekend. Got to get ready to take care of some bills. Of course, the number to call in, Truth Nation, 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017. We'll be back with more. I am your cousin sub of the day. I'm a club sub, the legendary Homer Blow, in for Kyle Wallace, who is on assignment. This is Truth to Power. We'll be black.
You are listening to Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app. Catch Truth to Power every weekday from noon to 1 p.m.
Tune in to the award-winning 1017 The Truth's Black Business Give Back Spotlight this Friday at 3:57 p.m. between the Tory Lowe Show and Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. I will be joined by Michelle Rogers, owner of Lavish Waist and Wellness Spa. We will discuss her unique approach to wellness through detoxification, non-invasive body contouring, and provide tips on weight loss management. So again, that's the Black Business Give Back Spotlight with Lavish Waist and Wellness Spa this Friday at 3:57 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. One call, that's all. Gruber Law Offices. If you or a loved one is ever injured in an accident, you should hire a law firm with proven results who stands up for victims and takes the burden off your shoulders. Gruber Law Offices has been serving our community for over 35 years and provides the best care, service, and consulting with no fee until they win your case. Visit gruber-law.com or contact them at 414-276-6666. Make one call, that's all, with Gruber Law Offices. Need to look your best for a special occasion? You need
the $100 hookup.
This incredible deal includes a marvelous suit, shirt, and tie, all for $100. Only at Nick Cavani's, home of the
$100 hookup.
And that isn't limited to some standard stock suit. You'll be pleased by the top quality and variety of fashion offered at Nick Cavani's. No matter the occasion, maybe you're just ready for a fresh, new stylish look. Get hooked up today at Nick Cavani's in Mayfair Mall and at nickcavani's.com.
Every accomplishment starts somewhere. For University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee student Nick Birschbach, it was internships that led to a job at GE Healthcare. For Charles Kelly, it started with an internship at a TV station. Now, he's a weekend anchor. And for Jaden Anderson, her leadership led to recognition from the American Institute of Architecture students. The path to success goes many places. It starts at UWM.
This is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth for Axe Housing. Are you tired of paying a landlord rent when you should be paying yourself? Do you want to leave a financial legacy, or would you like to have a stable place to call home? Well, it's time for you to start on the path to owning your own home instead of renting. You can work with an Axe Housing coach, and they will teach you how home ownership can be a reality. Axe Housing has helped over 4,000 families in our neighborhoods. Many times your mortgage will be a lot less than what you're paying for rent. As an average Axe family who has been helped pays around $900 per month. No matter what barriers you think you're facing, Axe Housing coaches can assist you right now. An Axe Housing coach will help you create and stick to a plan and a budget and get you ready for home ownership. If you're not dreaming of home ownership by now, you certainly should be. Let's make it a reality with Axe Housing. Get started on a virtual orientation by clicking on axehousing.org. That is ACTS housing.org. Don't let where you are financially right now get in the way of your very bright future of becoming a homeowner. Axe coaches are here to help.
You are listening to Truth to Power on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
You see me. You see me. I am your cousin sub of the day. I'm a club sub. Sponsored by Cousin Subs. Of course, I am holding it down for Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace, who's out on assignment. And of course, I am the legendary Homer Blow, your cousin sub of the day. Hey, cuz, what up, cuz? What up, Homer? I'm just saying, you're going to learn today. You're going to learn today. We're inside the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee. I'm going to go right to the phone lines. We're talking about who should be responsible, financially and looking out for these people if they have lost their home or apartment due to fires. Nicole from Milwaukee, welcome to the award-winning 1017 The Truth, and great afternoon. I love you and I appreciate you. What's your thoughts and comments?
So thank you for accepting my call, and I love and appreciate you as well. I think that the city should have, I won't say they should be solely responsible, but I do think there should be some funds set aside to assist in situations like this. And we can't say the city doesn't have the money, because how much money did we just spend to get that abandoned boat right out of Lake Michigan? So I just wanted to say, I think with the amount of taxes that everybody pays, regardless if you own a property or not in Milwaukee, there should be some funds set aside. However, when it comes to the landlord, I don't think the landlord should be responsible for financially relocating those tenants as well. I don't know why people tend to think if you own property or land that you're rich. It's because a lot of times you're not, and it is considered a second income. But I think one way for a landlord to safeguard themselves is to require the tenants to have renter's insurance. Mm-hmm. Renter's insurance is not that expensive, right? Because you can, think for like $35 a month, you can get $10,000 to $15,000, $20,000 worth of personal property protection. You can spend that at McDonald's. So there's some shared responsibility when it comes to this. But when you're talking about something as tragic as this, I do think that the city should have some funds set aside for its residents.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the call, and you have a happy Memorial Day weekend, and enjoy your time off if you get to have time off. Some people don't get time off. We are still working. But I love it. But it's interesting that Nicole had brought that part up, because on the Truth Talk text line, Daniel Mosley had said, Homer Blow, tell me how renter's insurance would play into something like this. And it is just like what Nicole was saying. And you got to remember, renter's insurance is more of like property. You feel what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily looking to say, okay, well, we're going to find you a new place to stay, but you will be able to recoup your losses. But you have to understand how renter's insurance works, and you got to keep your paperwork together. You got to be very meticulous about it, because if you don't have you can be like, I lost 4 TVs. Okay, well, what model and what's the serial number? So you don't understand. So it's a lot that has to go on with that. And that's why I also like to give out my tidbits. And I tell people that it's important, in my opinion, that quarterly, just take your cell phone, your camera phone, whatever you got that you can record video, and go through every room in your home or apartment and film every room, and don't film the whole house or apartment together. Film each room. So go to the living room, film everything, go towards the TV, the different electronics you may have, get the model and serial numbers on those, have those on that video. And it doesn't matter if your living room or your home is not as immaculate as you would normally have it, because the hopes is you and only your insurance adjuster will have to see this video. But it gives you an idea of when you are saying, I lost this, I lost that. And that's like, even if somebody was to break in, if somebody, and your house just looks like they took everything. Well, if you got that video, you'll be able to really, truly go back and see what was missing, what was here, what was there. And do it to every room. And I'm talking about if you got a sun porch, film the sun porch and just name it, date it, to whatever date it was, when you can name the actual video clip. Say sunroom, say hallway. You may have pictures hanging on the wall in the hallway, bathroom, the pantry, the lower level bedroom, and just go to each of those rooms and literally just film what all is in that room, because it will help you in the end. Because when you're going through that mental trauma right now of being violated, whether it was by a fire, or whether it was by somebody broke into your home or your apartment, you're not thinking, and you just, and I say, if you have a garage, do the same thing. Film everything in the garage, because sometimes people say they broke in my garage, and then you'll hear people say, well, they really didn't take nothing. And it's because sometimes you may not see it. You may not be thinking about it until you're ready to use it and be like, they took this when they broke in my garage. The fire ended up, I lost this, I lost that. So that's just something. And I say, quarterly, because we always add something. I don't care if it looks similar to how I did 3 months ago. There's something that you may have added in that 3 months. And that way you got a great idea of what you can take to your insurance, and when you're filing your insurance claim, or what you lost, and having the serial numbers. That's why I say with any of the electronic stuff, if you got a desktop computer, if you got laptops, if you got iPads, whatever it is that you make, just film all of that and put it like living room, dining room, kitchen, small pantry. You get what I'm saying? So it will help you in the end when you're trying to assess what all you've lost and what all you need to put onto that claim to get reimbursed. You got a jewelry box. Just that's what this video is. And to show you all of those things, and trust me, it will help you in the end if you have to use it. The prayer is that you won't have to use it. That's the prayer. That's the thought. I never have to use it. But you know how many people felt like they never would have had to use it, and they didn't have it? I'm just saying, you gonna learn today.
1, 2, 3, ho.
Of course, Memorial Day weekend. I hope that you take some time to relax and enjoy yourself. And even if you are going to cookouts, please keep in mind those who are no longer with us, which is why it has been called Memorial Day and Memorial Day weekend. So I know you're going to be having fun and probably getting with family and friends, but let's not forget to remember those who are no longer with us. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. Your official Cousin Sub of the Day, sponsored by Cousin Sub. I am the legendary Homer Blow, in for Kyle Wallace on Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace. I wish you nothing but a safe and happy Memorial Day weekend as we reminisce and eat some good food. And those of you who can't cook, stay out the damn kitchen. I appreciate that. And if you can't barbecue, stay off the damn grill. I appreciate that as well. I don't like eating barbecue that got scabs on it. You feel what I'm saying? If I wanted a sore, I can make my own sore, all right? If nobody has told you that they love you today, I want to let you know that I love you. Please have a safe and nonviolent remainder of the afternoon. The Truth. Tori Lowe is up next. The Tori Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth. I love you, babe. Talk to my agent. I'm out.